It's the business of cricket also, which begins here in India. A lot of talk around whether this is going to really up the consumption. What are the trends that are going to emerge out of this, Aman?
Absolutely, and there's so many various fields, when it comes to cricket. There's, of course, the TV rights, screening, ticket sales, merchandise, foreign tourists, all of that. And there's an interesting note as well that has come about. This is from Bob Cap, and they're expecting a boost of close to 18 to 22,000 crore rupees in terms of the gross output, though they have acknowledged that the upward bias in inflation could be about 0.1 to 0.25% for these 2 months. And the last Cricket World Cup, it was in 2019 in England. That was a resounding success, and therefore that contributed very handsomely to UK's GDP. So perhaps the same could be replicated back home, and they believe that the World Cup does have the potential to really boost India's GDP, more so because it's coinciding with the festive months. So that as well is going to be an added booster shot as well. It's concentrated a lot though to the services sector. The hospitality sector, as we've seen, prices going through the roof, is likely to benefit the most. And just to put it into perspective, they have broken it down in terms of what the base case and the optimistic case scenario could be for various categories. For example, for TV rights, they're talking about a base case of 10,000 odd crore rupees, 12,000 crores optimistically. Screening, food delivery, ticket sales could generate close to 1,600 crores. And foreign tourists, on an optimistic scenario, could be about 600 crores. Merchandise, close to 200 crores in an optimistic scenario. So clearly there's lots of fervor, fever, and that's what really all Indians are going to be glued to, that one trophy, and there's going to be a billion eyes on those matches.
In fact, it's countdown now to the most awaited event of the year, the Mega Cricket World Cup. That's going to kick off today in Ahmedabad with defending champion England facing New Zealand in the first match. In fact, Harsh is here, and he's going to tell us about what all is in store in terms of matches. And there's Sharad as well. He's going to talk about not just Team Blue that hopefully will win big, but also what is it that we can see in terms of the demand for their services, products, the business of cricket. But Harsh, you go first.
Well, yes, 10 teams, Ayesha, all of them going to be competing for that prized Cricket World Cup, the biggest prize in cricket, Sharad. And, we have 48 matches. 45 of them are going to be round-robin matches, followed by 2 semi-finals and a final. The final is going to be in Ahmedabad as well, and every win will give you 2 points. And, of course, the 4 top teams will go into the semi-finals of the Cricket World Cup. Very quickly moving on, you have currently, in terms of the ranking, you have India ranked 1, Pakistan ranked number 2, very close behind, just 1 point difference between both those teams. And then there's Australia at 112 points, 3 points behind Pakistan at number 3. You have the number of wins in terms of World Cups. You have Australia, who's won the World Cup 5 times, Sharad. India as well as the Windies have won it twice. Mind you, the Windies are not playing this time around because they didn't qualify. So that's something to keep your eye out on. And then you have England, Pakistan as well as Sri Lanka, who have won 1 World Cup each. 13 World Cups in all have been played as of now. This is the 13th one rather. Quickly moving on, you have India, which has qualified automatically. It's co-hosted 3 World Cups in the past. It's the first time India is hosting it exclusively, and of course that will keep the host nation very, very clued on in terms of its viewership. Also about the World Cup, you have the cup, which is made of pure gold as well as silver. 11 kgs is the weight, 65 centimeters is the height, and the winning team actually takes home the replica because the original is kept in the headquarters in UAE. Some trivia there just before we kickstart. In terms of the matches, well, the first match is going to be England versus New Zealand, which starts today. The finalists of the last World Cup will play the first match in Ahmedabad today. India plays its first match against Australia on the 8th of October, after which, of course, there is one more key clash, and then there is the India-Pakistan, much awaited on the 14th of October. Definitely not going anywhere for that one, unless you're going to Ahmedabad and nowhere else.
Yes, we have been actually discussing about that throughout our team, that has anybody got the tickets for India-Pakistan match, and that is where I think the entire discussion has been happening over the last 1 week, Harsh.
And the price of the ticket, right, Sharad? So that as well. And then on the 19th of November, you have the final, which will again be held in Ahmedabad, Sharad.
Well, yes, now let's look at the consumption part of it, and of course, how the stocks will actually react to it, and that is something which we have actually gathered a list of it around. The media stocks would be in focus because of higher ad revenue spend coming in, and the gaming would be there. Hotels is something where the occupancies have gone up, especially in the host cities. That is where we are seeing the numbers coming in 100%, 200%, 300% rise in the normal rates. Food delivery itself, we will see at least in the second half of the day, those matches, if the match days, important days, especially in the weekend part, that there we'll see higher food deliveries happening. Alcohol beverages is a no-brainer. Over here, there will be a small important requirement coming in when it comes to wine, whiskey, or whichever the choice would be there of beverages. And airlines, that is something where the most of the host cities, if you look at it, their rates have actually gone up. We checked the 7-day forward rates and they have gone up through the roof. 10,000 rupees for a normal one-way flight coming in for any metro city. Then we have e-commerce, which is important because brick and mortar stores would be coming less. So a lot of online orders would be coming in. So we'll have Nykaa in focus. And QSR restaurants, that is where a lot of deals are coming in, especially on the match days, which we spoke about. Jubilant Foodworks reducing their prices on large pizzas and stuff like that. But there are certain places, Harsh, where the consumption might get stumped. Now, which are those consumption areas? Apparel and retail. I had spoken about the brick and mortar. Daytime, the activities might become less. Jewelry segment, that is something. Only the wedding segment might be actually functional. But the PVR, the movie theaters, no large releases coming in. The last releases, the proper ones were Jawan, Gadar 2. They had a great business. So that might be a lull period. And theme parks. Who wants to go when the match is coming in? You go to your nearest bar, pub, or at home with your family members. So we might see kind of, like Imagica or something like a Wonderla, people might be going less to them. So these are the places where the consumption might take a hit. But overall, the entire team at ET Now is very excited for the World Cup to start today.
Absolutely, and we're all gunning for Team India, of course, as is the rest of the nation. A billion eyes on the screen or on the pitch, one of the two. Back to you.